I hope you'll keep on sharing because it's very inspirational to have your sharing
Yes.
on, and it inspires others also.
Exactly.
Best.
Initially, I was a little reluctant, because sometimes, you feel you're like bragging, but then I realized it's not about bragging. It's about inspiring others also, to motivating others also to, practice this intensely.
Yes, it is. It is very important. Because
Yeah.
see, what happens is somewhere or the other, when we give 1 or 2 case studies, when we tell people to chant and unko immediate result nahi aata hai, then they suddenly want to let go because it's not working. Everybody wants a quick fix result. So
Yeah.
when we have stories like this happening now, so people understand, time lagta hai, but result milta hai. So then they don't give up so easily.
Yeah.
Even the Akshaya Tritiya, the money kiosk, what we did, like I had shared that with a couple of people who were in real distress. And Sweta, can you believe it? They all made. I mean, actually, they manifested everything whatever they wanted, be it job or the money or whatever it is. Their life has changed.
Very good.
Perfect.
Very nice.
Perfect.
Very, very nice.
Please keep on sharing whatever you do. It inspires
Yes.
others. Thank you for sharing all your stories with us. Thank you.
Hi, Sweta. Good morning.
Good morning, Kalyani ji. How are you?
Little down with cold and whatever. But soul journey is really enriching my soul.
Great.
मैं उसी में लगी हुई है मैंने बहुत सारा किया and people could resonate and they are able to make changes and amends in their lives and they're very happy including my family members. बहुत अच्छा हो रहा है सोल जर्नी और हॉरोस्कोप बहुत ही बढ़िया जा रहा है आई एम लाइक फोकसिंग ऑन दैट तो बहुत सारा किया बहुत वसूल भी हो गया
बहुत वसूल भी हो गया आई नो
बुरा हो गया हिसाब बराबर से ऊपर हो गया ऊपर से ऊपर जा रहा है वेरी हैप्पी थैंक यू सो मच
थैंक यू anybody else क्या चल रहा है आजकल what else is going on it's been quite a long time what else has been going on
Hi Shweta Sarna here
where were you where have you been missing
I'm in home only I'm not able to get your words properly sorry
so what have you been doing where have you been busy how is your daughter feeling in the middle she was not well right
yeah actually she's good and things are happening in such a way that weird things not acceptable but it is bringing relationship between me and my daughter strengthening so yeah it was nice journey thanks
अमृता संध्या जी से तो मैं वेडनेसडे को भी मिलूंगी बट वहाँ फीडबैक ले लूंगी बट Amrita.
I was busy in exam actually, ma'am. Last semester MBA I had done exam now. Now I am free. So आता मैं अब spices के वो regarding सब कर रही हूँ.
Good, excellent.
Yes.
Sandhya ji, then Indu.
Hi, good morning, ma'am. Very nice to see you after a very long time. Last month.
How was your brother's wedding?
Yeah, it was good. And almost 20 days, 15 days I was away from Bangalore. I was away from my place. And 20 days, it was full on. After a very long time, wedding happened in our place. Like after my wedding, it's been a big gap in between. So everybody enjoyed a lot. And even I had a very good time. One thing that I missed your classes and I could not practice at all. But yeah, I'll get back to my routine so very soon. Last night we came to Bangalore. So I just didn't want to miss this session. So to pull me back to my routine, I just wanted something. Saw this message at 10 o'clock and immediately I wanted to join this. Nice.
Thank you, Sandhya ji. Indu, what's going on?
Good morning, everyone. Actually, I am on a journey to heal myself first. So I've been using the methods, the modality you told me. So I'm not working upon others, but first thing is to heal myself. So I think I am going pretty well. थोड़ा थोड़ा हो रहा है because मेरा क्या है कि I have been always in on and off kind of a thing. Excuses होते हैं ना, आज टाइम नहीं है, आज ये करना है, आज वो करना है. So a few days back I had a talk with you. ठीक है. So then I got motivation. नहीं चलो ठीक है. You told कि नहीं you can do. So I felt like a child कि नहीं मैं कर सकती हूँ. Then I have started properly. So I think yes, it is helping me a lot, to put me on the track. So अभी ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है बोलने को, but yes, I can feel change in myself. That's all.
So basically हमने क्या किया है, हमेशा good and bad का नहीं होता है. It's also just a journey. So results तो बाद में आएंगे. Enjoy the journey is what I
Yes,
always
that
love
I'm
to say,
doing.
because
The
the journey is the most important part.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Indu. Anybody else? अंजू जी, आप तो घूमते रहो, दिल्ली वापस कब आ रहे हो फिर से? अंजू चोपड़ा. In all her classes, she has been traveling. So now I take a commitment from her before letting her register for a class कि वो दिल्ली में होंगे, क्योंकि वो travel करते हैं और फिर वो available नहीं होते हैं. चलिए, we'll start now. So obviously as most of you know, I was out for a retreat with my own mentor, and this was to upgrade my training. मेरी अपनी training की upgradation थी. So most of you met my mentor in the Guru Purnima event, Dr. Ramon Lamba. So basically from her, I have been certified as a life coach, psychotherapist, energy coach, space clearing coach, and also a sound therapist. So मेरे 5-7 बड़े certifications India में under her mentoring I have been certified, and now she has come up with the second level of her 1-year program or the life coaching certification. So uska certificate हमको क्या मिलेगा, मुझे I honestly have no idea what is going to be the tag on that certificate. Certification होगा भी कि नहीं मुझे तो ये भी नहीं पता. But nonetheless, for the last 1 year, I felt I was at a bottleneck. A bottleneck एक ऐसा phase होता है where you feel that you've touched the peak of wherever you can be with whatever knowledge you have. मतलब जो आपने सीखा है उसको imbibe करके आप एक level पे पहुंच गए and you can't break through to the next level. So that is known as a bottleneck. Now when you reach a bottleneck, आपको एक नया push चाहिए होता है, एक नई learning चाहिए होती है जो आपको धक्का मार के आगे खींच देता है and pushes you into the second level of wherever you are, third, fourth, fifth, जहाँ जाना है वहाँ. So I had been feeling like this for the last almost 8-9 months, 10 months. Rather this feeling or this sense of being stuck in the limitation of my learning started in somewhere around, I would say, somewhere I think around November last year. So almost 1 साल. और उस 1 साल के अंदर बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें हुई जो कि मुझे लगता था यार अब इसके आगे क्या, इसके आगे क्या, इसके आगे क्या. In a way, it was almost as if point of saturation मेरी अपनी learning से reach out हो गया था. I had reached that. But so when the level 2 was organized and she called us, those who want to come and do level 2, it was like करना है. मुझे नहीं पता content क्या होगा, मुझे नहीं पता था context क्या होगा. In fact, she had a couple of physical orientation programs, which was predominantly, in her own center in Gurgaon. But I didn't go for them because I knew one thing, मुझे करना ही करना. So there was no choice, or there was no question, there was no doubt or hesitation. It was another jump that I needed to take. And with what happens ना, जिन mentors के साथ आपका trust होता है, वहां पर question नहीं होता.
अब 1000 किसके सब्जी के लिए ले ले कि किसी और चीज के लिए?
अरे यार, आपको अचार खिलाना है तो मुझे भी भेज दो, मैं भी खा लूंगी.
सॉरी, मैं बोल रही हूँ.
और क्या?
वो मैंने तो ऑफ करके फोन पे बात करती. सॉरी.
मेरे को भी अचार भेज देना. देखो
बिल्कुल नहीं, मैं लेके आऊंगी, पर्सनली लेके आऊंगी.
ये भी परफेक्ट है, ये उससे भी परफेक्ट है.
हाँ, मैं नेक्स्ट वीक आके ना मिलूं ऐसे हो ही नहीं सकता आपको। आज जा
आ
रही हूँ
जाओ
ना मैं
जल्दी से,
अब।
आपका मेरा हाइड एंड सीक का गेम हो रहा है, आ जाओ
बहुत ज्यादा, बहुत ज्यादा।
बहुत ज्यादा। Come
नहीं,
back
मैं
soon.
फ्राइडे आ रही हूँ, फिर मिलती हूँ नेक्स्ट वीक
Pakka,
आपको।
pakka. Now I am also
ठीक
not traveling. I am also in Delhi only, so we'll
है, ओके।
definitely meet.
ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है। चलो, सॉरी, आई एम सॉरी फॉर
No, not a
डिस्टर्बिंग
problem. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. Often in life, things like this happen and we feel very irritated. No, गड़बड़ हो गया. Not a good impression. Online live है. लोगों को recording चाहिए. लोग क्या सोचेंगे? But this is what creates change. And this is what creates diversity in life. So ये छोटे छोटे moments हमारे लिए disastrous नहीं होते हैं. They are just small windows of opportunities. And I think this retreat, or my level 2, so we did 2 classes and we went for a retreat. And this retreat was an eye opener. जिसने मुझे ये सिखाया, बस तुम अपने जगह पे think, you know, you might be the best wherever you are standing, but there is a lot to be created beyond that. Level 2. So if what we did in our first 3 years of training was only and only about focusing more on the mind and the emotions, level 2 is focusing more on the body. अभी फंडामेंटली क्या है, बिना माइंड को ट्रेन किए बॉडी को ट्रेन नहीं कर सकते. You cannot train your body. And one of the biggest reasons for that is that your mind calls the shots, not your body. Your mind tells you ये करना है या नहीं करना है, कैसे सोचना है, कैसे उठना है, कैसे रिएक्ट करना है. So if you start training your body before you train your mind, before you work with your mind, क्या होगा? The first step of discomfort, the mind will stop you. So one of the biggest learnings of this retreat was that हमें अगर ये लग रहा था हम कहीं पर है तो हम कहीं पर भी नहीं है. This is only the starting of a very big beginning for us. And trust me, I was not the only one who felt this. There were 30 other people with me, all practitioners and experts from across India and the world. And we were all like, you know what, लग गया पता हमें कि हम कहाँ पर हैं. And we are still at the beginning of our journey. So some of my biggest takeaways was mind के आगे हमें ये लगता है ना, you control your mind, you control your body, you can manage your mind, you can manage your body. ऐसा नहीं है. It is not so. You learn how to manage your mind, you only learn how to manage your mind and maybe emotions. If you work on your mind and emotions, you only learn how to manage your mind and emotions. You cannot manage your body because the body does not work from logic. The body does not learn with knowledge. Body किस पे work करती है? Experience पे. तो जब तक हम उस body को 24/7 एक space में रहना नहीं सिखाएंगे, through experience, not through learning, तब तक हम body को master नहीं कर सकते. And as a soul, the only limitation that we have is the body. क्योंकि soul को उस body में रहना है. The soul has to live within the body. It can't move without the body. It has to stay within. So your body has to be internally strong, not externally strong. And to make it internally strong, whether it is your chakras, whether it is your meridian system, whether it is your organs, they have to be strong enough to take you through life in any circumstance without becoming a liability. छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल है, हम रूट चक्रा की बात करते हैं. We say when you are in your root chakra should be as strong as a mountain. यही कहते हैं ना, the root chakra is the chakra for stability. तो mountain की तरह होना चाहिए. लेकिन it funnily enough, जब हमसे ये कहा गया कि become a mountain and stand like a mountain, forget about 7 minutes. We could not even do it for 2 or 3 minutes without going haywire. Mind में वो stability थी, पर body में नहीं थी. So somewhere or the other, एक बहुत बड़ी opening थी that along with your mind and your body, mind and emotions, body needs to learn and body has to be taught in a different manner. However, ये भी एक सीढ़ी की तरह है. I was thinking that I'll incorporate some part of it for my 1-year program students, life coach, trainers, trainees. But फिर मैंने realize किया जब 7 years of practice के बाद मुझे दिक्कत हो रही है तो 6 months of practice के बाद वो नहीं कर पाएंगे. एक gradual ascension चाहिए. So till they cannot work on their mind and they have not complete grasp on their emotion and thoughts, touching the body from this perspective is not going to work out for them. They'll give up. Because it's painful. Why is it painful? Because आप अपनी body को एक ऐसा experience, एक ऐसी emotion से introduce कर रहे हो और उसमें integrate कर रहे हो जो उसको आती नहीं है. Every cell has to come into alignment again to bring that feeling in. We all say we trust the universe, but when it comes to truly trusting people around us, we don't. And the universe is not going to come like any Bhagwan to hold us. The people around us are a part of our universe and we have to learn how to trust them. So, I mean, I want to tell all of you from my space as your mentor, as your guide, and as somebody who's been on this path working constantly for 7 years, koi bhi aisa day nahi jata when I'm not focusing on my own self-work. That this was a very big eye-opener. कि जहां पर हम हैं उसके आगे बहुत सारे पैरामीटर्स और ओपन होते हैं. And when we talk about soul wellness cannot come till mind, body and emotions are in perfect alignment. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? Level 3, पहला level mind and emotion, second level पे body, तीसरे level पे आप soul पर आओगे. So आपको ये तीनों levels को master करना है. Most of this so if what we did in level 1 was mainly working on emotions and mind, level 2, when we started working on the body, a lot of breath work concepts were brought in, not Kapalbhati, but different breath works. And un breath works ke saath mein we did a process called rebirthing. Rebirthing as a process takes you back into your mother's womb. And again, you are born through a process. So there is land rebirthing and there is water rebirthing. So when I went through that, and all of us went through about 5 or 6 cycles together, water birthing ke 3-4 land birthing ke, what we realized was so much, even though hum itna kaam kar chuke hain apne aap par, so many cycles, so many lifespans of emotions and trauma was being released in one session. It was amazing. And aisa nahi hai that the body doesn't understand or recall. So one of the water meditations, I felt as if I was bound in chains, shackles, bediyam. So gala, neck, arms, everywhere on my body, I could feel shackles. So at the end of the meditation, in a space of unconscious, you will not know how your body is reacting. Your partner knows it. So this is a partner activity. And when we were doing it in partners, so मुझे तो कुछ नहीं पता था हो क्या रहा है, but my partner later told me, she said at one point of time, your body started shivering as if it was on like a block of ice. And there was no sound, there was nothing, we were just shivering in water. She thought it was because of the temperature, but then later she realized it was something else. And surprisingly, I did not put any, I would say, importance to this. Next day, when I woke up, my entire body neck down, yahan se lekar ke pura knees tak and ankles par, there were bruises, bade blue bruises, jahan wo shackles the. So when those shackles were opened and you could let them go and release that energy and integrate yourself back, the body remembers. Otherwise, how would the body show you that ki you're not stupid? And I showed my mentor, I said, dekho, this is what I saw. And I thought, wo ho gaya. But see, this is all on everywhere on my body. So for almost 2 days, it was obviously Puri is very hot, sabko pata hai. I couldn't wear anything beyond full sleeves. क्योंकि पूरी body को ऐसा लगा था जैसे किसी कोई physical abuse का candidate वापस आ गया पिट पटा के. It was so bad. And it disappeared after 2 days. 48 hours, it disappeared on its own. We did nothing. So your body remembers trauma not only from this lifetime, from every lifetime. And one more thing I realized was that death trauma bahut hota hai. How we have passed away in past lifetimes leaves a very remarkable and a very harsh imprint on us. But rebirthing as a process, as of now, till whatever I have learned till date, this is the easiest way of letting go because memory nahi rehta. आपको ये पता है आपने कुछ गिव अप किया है, आपको उस वक्त फ्लैशेस दिखेंगे, but at the end of the process you don't remember the exact episodes or the people connected to it. So in a way it's like you really forget it. It's a delete button for you. However, psychology hoti hai saath mein. So once this process happens, it leaves you very shattered and very fragile. Because आपका जो normal है वो आपसे छिन गया है. And your normal is all the pain and the trauma that you went through. So that fragility within is also a very scary space to be in, especially for people like me, जिन्होंने ये सब बहुत पहले face किया था. We've gone through that space of feeling down, feeling low, feeling as if pata nahi kya ho gaya, depressive because of healing patterns. We've all come out of it now. Going back into that state and realigning ourselves from there into a new space becomes very difficult. Also, when we talk about void, when we talk about frequencies, हमें हमेशा लगता है that void, nothing, manifestation happens in nothingness, but ऐसा नहीं होता है. Nothingness or the void is a space where you can exist in with a certain frequency or without a frequency rather. Void की कोई frequency नहीं होती, वो एक empty slate होता है. लेकिन एक empty slate से आप सोचकर plan कर सकते हो, manifest नहीं कर सकते. Manifestation can only happen when you hold on to a certain frequency. So for example, So if this is the space around us, हम ये कहते हैं ये एक frequency है, this is another frequency, then the space between two frequencies is the void. This is the void. This is the void. Now void में when you stay, when you live in the void, what you be is you just stay there, you exist, you plan, you just integrate yourself wherever you are. But core manifestation will happen from the frequency. So suppose करो अगर ये वाला frequency जो है, if this is the frequency of say bliss, तो आप bliss create करोगे जब आप इस frequency पे रहोगे. If this is the frequency for money, then you have to touch this frequency and stay in this frequency to create money. Void is only and only a space where you integrate or where you can stay. But manifestation cannot happen without holding on to one specific frequency and staying in it. So nothingness important hai, but nothingness does not mean void. When we say manifestation happens from the space of nothingness, it means the space of no rejection, no objection, no doubt, no hesitation. It does not mean void. Physical void, it does not mean that. And ये concept जो है ना, ये हम अभी इसके बारे में, even if I explain you a lot now, it will not sink in. Because first you have to experience the void and you have to experience the frequency and then see what the difference between is. Frequency का state हम सब experience करते हैं, happy, sad, good, bad, but void का space experience करना अभी आप में से शायद किसी ने भी नहीं किया है. Nothingness is not a void, guys. मैं फिर से बोल रही हूँ. Nothingness is not a void. And that is a very big distinction, which I hope I'll be able to make my NCAS students feel at least by the end of the year or maybe in their level too. Because now with what I have experienced, I know one thing that जो हम level, like the 1 year program that I am doing, perhaps will fit into the fit into helping them master their mind and their emotions, and beginning of the physical healing, but not complete. Because ye socho, for 6 years we've been doing chakra cleansing and not balancing. I'm not talking healing balancing, I'm talking cleansing, I'm talking reprogramming. I've been doing that. I've been doing so much of work on myself. And today, even when I am doing that physical bio development ka work, एक बार तो ऐसा लगता है जान गई, आप नहीं कर पाओगे. So मुझे नहीं पता मेरे batch 2 and batch 3 कब ready होंगे to take on that place. Now, this retreat, first of all, taught me my own limits, and not in a bad way, in a very good way, because it has given me a new direction of learning. मैं बहुत दिन से कुछ बड़ा सोच रही थी, क्या करूं, तो मुझे वो क्या करूं का आंसर मिल गया. And in another thing, it has taught me never to, I would say, negate the importance of my body, to ignore my own physical body, because without my own physical body, my soul does not have a life in this realm. So jitna bhi kaam mujhe universal level pe karna hai, I have to bring my body along. And remember one thing, only when the frequencies of your mind, emotions, and your body are equivalent to the energies of your soul, the frequency or the vibration of your soul, can you move ahead and evolve, even towards what we commonly call as nirvana. So हमने माइंड को इवॉल्व कर लिया, हमने इमोशंस को इवॉल्व कर लिया, हम स्पिरिचुअली ग्रो कर रहे हैं, बट अगर बॉडी की वाइब्रेशन नहीं बढ़ी तो फिर भी आप अटके रह जाओगे. So I actually want to tell everybody that it doesn't matter for how long you've been practicing. It doesn't matter how big an expert you are in your field. There is a long way for each one of us to go. A long, long, long way. So no matter what you do, किसी के पास भी जाओ, किसी से भी सीखो, do not give up on your practice and your own self-work. And like Dr. Hewlett has said in Ho'oponopono, you need to cleanse yourself till the moment you die. So this is a never-ending work that you all will have to be with and be a part of, active participant of, till the time you leave this planet and this lifetime. So जो भी कुछ करना, आप कहीं पे भी जाओ, किसी के पास भी जाओ, don't give up on your own practices. They are very important to you. Always. This is about my experience with the retreat and my own learnings. And guys, I want to tell all of you one thing. आप लोग, हम online पे अटक जाते हैं ना. We are scared of moving out of our places. We are scared of traveling. But growth happens only when you move out of your comfort zone. Growth cannot happen in your own spaces, because your own spaces are tailor-made for you. We all have no problems traveling for holidays, for weddings, for work. Now train yourselves to not have a problem when you want to grow and improve yourself. Because honestly speaking, अपने घरों से अपनी चार दीवारी में बैठ करके growth नहीं मिलेगी. Online sessions are very effective, but offline sessions have triple the intensity. And I think over here, Anju ji and Shashi ji are there, who've done many offline sessions with me in Delhi. They will vouch for this when I say that जो हम online करते हैं, उससे double triple power एक offline session की होती है. You can't feel that that intensity of energy can never be felt when you are sitting in your own homes in front of a camera. So start moving out from that zone of online चाहिए, हम offline नहीं कर सकते. The first time you'll go on an offline retreat or a workshop anywhere with anyone, एक बार घर हिलेगा. Children will have a problem, maids will have a problem, husband will have a problem. Everybody will have a problem. You will have a problem because you're not liking it. But once you experience it, you will all understand that offline work will give you double the result in half the time. Simply because offline में क्या होता है ना, phones बंद, doorbell बज रही है, phone बज रहा है, nobody cares. बच्चे स्कूल से आ रहे हैं, somebody will take care. Your focus for that period of time is only you. And we don't realize how tired we get. How extremely tired each one of us. And I'm sure आप लोग भी उतना ही tired होते हो जितना मैं होती हूँ. Juggling office, juggling children, spouses, work, generic household chores, duties for each one of us, whether you're a man or a woman. When you move out into a space where there are no expectations except turning back, coming to the class on time, you realize what a big burden you are carrying and how it feels to be released from it. So these workshops, these retreats are just like, like a de-stressing, like a spa. This is like a spiritual spa for yourself. So don't run away. And one thing more I want to tell many of you, because ये आप लोगों में से कई जनों का pattern है, those who are there in today's session. Many of you will say it is too expensive. Anything. We go out to the market, this is too expensive. We go out to buy a workshop, I want to do it, but this is too expensive. Expense हम वहां देखते हैं जहां हम spend करते हैं. Where we see an investment, we see an ROI, return on investment. Spending on your own self-growth is an investment, it is not an expenditure. July and August have been two very expensive months for me in terms of, expenses. Retreats, my own fees, मेरे अपनी workshops की fee जानी थी with Ramon, with other mentors, everything had to be done, juggled together. But you know what? ROI, it is worth it because I am worth that investment. You can earn money, guys. You can earn back whatever you spend, but you can never turn back time and earn back the time that you have missed and the opportunities that you have lost. And I am not saying this so that, you come and you register for a program with me or for someone, but so that you stop thinking about yourself as an expense and start thinking about yourself as an investment. जैसे हम एक parlor जाते हैं, एक salon जाते हैं, we get a haircut done, we get our spas done, we get our facials done. That's an investment, right? It's not an expense. Is it an expense or an investment? Investment, right? When you buy new clothes, because you have to go out into a certain sphere or a circle and you need to project yourself as a person, as a particular individual, is it an expense or is it an investment? Investment. The same way this work, your own growth, is also your investment. And ये एक ऐसा investment है जो आपको lifetimes के लिए result देगा, इस lifetime के लिए नहीं सिर्फ. This is the only thing that will stay with you for lifetimes. When you will die, you won't take your face back with you. You won't take your clothes and your jewelry and your accessories and your LV ka belt in your briefcases and your laptops. You will not take back your bartan bhanda and your ghar with you. What you will take back is your soul. Only your soul. And the path to evolving and finding that soul is only through self-work. So it's my request. थोड़ा infrastructural cost पे कम खर्च करो, jewelry पे कम खर्च करो, branded bags पे कम खर्च करो, and spend on yourself because that investment will pay off in huge ways to each one of you. And you know what? How this came out to be? When we went for the retreat this time, so normally each retreat that Ramon takes is 70-80 people. This was the smallest retreat that we've ever done with her. And we were discussing how did this turn out? And one of the very thing that came out from people who did not go for this retreat was it's exorbitant, it's too expensive. And yes, it was expensive. But when I compare the money that I invested to the returns that I've already created with it, I find it a very small, very small investment for me. Why? Because as I had told you all, I was not keeping well. All my reports are normal after coming back. Everything has come back to state of normal. And 5 दिन 6 दिन में डॉक्टर्स के पास जाके मेडिकेशन लोगे, लाखों रुपया खर्च करोगे. Before I went, I got one set of testing done. All my basic CBC tests reports were up and down. I came back and got it done again. All are normal. 6 days, 7 days of perpetual healing and cleansing can bring you to that state of complete wellness in your body. और क्या चाहिए यार? कुछ भी नहीं ना. So invest on yourself, guys, wherever and whoever you want to be with. But work according to whatever space and whatever level you're at. Like I'm telling you all point blank, for rebirthing process and all, abhi most of you are not ready. And I'm talking about the people I know and who have mentored under me in any of the workshops. Be it Ho'oponopono, be it spice remedies, अभी आप लोग रेडी नहीं हो क्योंकि उस लेवल पे काम करने के लिए माइंड एंड इमोशंस पे बहुत बड़ा कंट्रोल चाहिए. एंड चक्रा सिस्टम हैज टू बी इन अ स्टेट ऑफ एटलीस्ट 80% अलाइनमेंट, एटलीस्ट, for rebirthing to work for you like it did for me. So पहले उस लेवल पे आना पड़ेगा. And yes, I will be training for rebirthing next after once Ramon starts that after level 2. Once I'm done, I will invite those who are ready to be a part of this, but not everybody. Only those who will be ready will be allowed to come and join us for rebirthing. Now I want your anything that you all want to ask. Before then, we'll move to the next part. Because I promised we'll also discuss the current timeline and current timeline में जो energies चल रही हैं and how do you deal with that energies. Yes, Rashmi.
Good morning.
Morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
Everything good at home now?
Yeah, everything good. I wanted to share अभी जो आपने बोला था कि the what you invest and the ROI. So that is what I had done when I joined Encash. तो Encash का लगता है कि इतना लग रहा है. Then I took, that's what I thought. मैं बोली इसका ROI मेरे पास कितना है? और सब तो we will get. But what will I get for myself? That is the same thing I thought. And yeah, now I am over here. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Rashmi. Anybody else wants to ask or share anything, please go ahead. Anyone else?
Shweta, as you
Yes.
mentioned, so this is me. Even though I prefer to work with on my body, that is the health wise, as you mentioned, the mind body has to be balanced. For me, I'm having some medical issues. Apart from that, so how to get rid of that idea? Okay, let me see later for this health issue. How to concrete myself to concentrate over health? That is instead of health towards my body.
Okay. So you first have to understand. First, you have to understand one thing, Swanvidya ji, that this does not happen over a period of 2 days or 3 days or 2 sessions or 3 sessions. Internal space of wellness is a choice that you make on an everyday basis. Okay. Then secondly, you have to understand that there are many aspects of us which make a whole us. Let me share something with you. Ek second. Give me 1 second. Maybe this will make it a little easier. Because this is the only way you can make yourself work with it. Okay. See, can you see this screen? So this is our presentation. This is one of our slides from the Encash batch classes. I'm just sharing it with you. If you see one thing, I am created when all of these aspects of me come together. So if I see my aspects, I see psychological health, social health, relationships, spiritual health, physical, emotional, mental, and financial. When all of this comes together, it creates me. Now, any kind of illness in the body only occurs when there is a lot of suppressed emotion and thoughts, trauma, and the body is no longer able to absorb it. So disease is a way for the body to tell you that I am willing to come out now and now you heal me. It is not breaking apart your body. It is the body sign कि मुझ में कुछ गड़बड़ है और अब मैं वो बाहर निकालने को ready हूँ. So now you create a path for me to come out. Now, allopathic medication, any kind of allopathy, it suppresses your symptoms simply. For example, an antidepressant, what does it do?
Decrease the depression and make us
No,
for the
it
moment.
does not. It does not decrease your depression. What it does is it disconnects the stimulus that is sent from the body to the brain. Vagus nerve को दबाता है वो. The minute you lose sensation and stimulation from the outside world, you feel you are in a space of no pain. But the minute you stop that antidepressant, what happens? You go back into the state again. Allopathy is only symptomatic. What you need to do is you need to engage into the lower layers. Lower layers में क्या आएगा? Mind, emotions, psychology, and past life trauma. 4. Mind के अंदर आपका आ जाता है inner child, mind में आ जाएगा shadows, ये सब कुछ उसमें आ जाता है. Now, I can tell you one thing. The first time I came down with thyroid was in 2016. 2018, my thyroid was cured without any medication, only through healing and homeopathy. Okay. This time in April, I had a relapse with a slight thyroid dip, and it came back into normal with the rebirthing process that I went through. But to be at this stage of my own physical health, I have been working on my body and my health and my own cellular structure for the last 7 years with whatever I knew. So when you are releasing your illnesses, it can take anywhere from 3 months to 1 year. But it has to be a daily part of you, and you have to have a brain which is in alignment with the healing process. If your brain is not in alignment, if your thoughts are not in alignment, it will be like a yo-yo. It will go, come, come. Thoda kam hoga, fir zyada hoga, fir kam hoga, fir zyada hoga. You want alignment there, you have to bring your brain in alignment. So for that, I would say that NLP is good, shadow therapy is very good, EFT is very good, inner child therapy is very good to bring your brain into a state of perpetual alignment wherein you learn how to manage it. And guys, one more thing, brain is not a horse which you can command. Brain is like a flow of water which you can channel. Very softly and subtly, you have to go give it the path and then keep on teaching it. Isi path pe rehna, isi path pe rehna, isi path pe rehna, isi path pe rehna. It's not going to work with the danda. Samdam dandabhed se work nahi karega. It is only going to work with very soft persuasion and love, acceptance. So don't think of your brain like a horse jiske upar lagam dali and then you put the reins on it and you guide it. It's not going to happen like that. And no matter what you guys do, please understand one thing. The brain cannot exist without a pattern. So you cannot live your life without pattern. Why? Because the universe is created on the sacred patterns of geometry. If you geometrical patterns hata doge, the universe will collapse. The same way you remove patterns from your life and you will collapse. You need patterns to exist. The only difference is वो pattern बुरा है, अच्छा है, past है, present है, good है, bad है, and good bad generic terms में नहीं. Good and bad आपके लिए इस moment में है कि नहीं है? Is it good and or bad for you in this particular time? In this particular moment. So you have to wean off the old patterns which are no longer working for you and replace them with positive patterns which are workable for you. it is, if you come and tell me, no, Swanvidya ji, that I have problems, what to do? There will be a particular combination for each illness, because each illness is going to be cumulative discomfort coming from a specific space. However, one thing I can tell you is that you have to work on it constantly. Not कि जब pain हो रहा है तब किया, not जब symptoms खराब हुए तब किया. It has to be a daily daily work for you. Daily you have to work on it till the time you not only get rid of the illness, but also you maintain that state for at least 2 to 3 months. And then you slowly taper it off. Also, guys, healing is not something you can give and take back. For 6 months, healing yourself every day and then suddenly stopping. ऐसा नहीं होता है. Healing is like a steroid. Why? Because it affects you mind, body, soul. जब तक आप अपने आप को heal करोगे, your energies will be different. The minute you completely stop, your energies shift. It's like a boomerang effect. So what you have to understand is, when you stop healing yourself and when you feel, now I've done my work, अब मुझे कम करना है, you have to taper it off. Thrice a day tha, so 2 times a day, and then 1 time a day, and then slowly once a week. That tapering is important. We are all or nothing types. We start and we end. We start and we end. There is no tapering. You have to give time to your energies to integrate back into a steady state of normal without the influence of outer energies or your own healing. ये हम सब मिस करते हैं. Am I wrong? I don't know. All of you have been healing yourself or people. Am I wrong when I'm saying this?
No. No.
Now suddenly, socho, you are giving your brain a dopamine shot of 10 gram. It is always in a state of happiness. आपने उसको withdraw कर लिया. The body will go into withdrawal symptoms. उसको वो support नहीं मिल रहा है internally. And you'll feel वो healing का असर कुछ है ही नहीं. Now you taper it from 10 to 8, 8 to 6, 6 to 4, 4 to 2, 2 to 0. Then it works. I hope, Swanvidya ji, that answers your question.
Yes. Yes. Thanks. Thanks a lot and means a lot.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yes, Sharon ji.
Hi, Shweta. So nice to see you again. So
Same
wonderful.
here.
And the flow with what you talk is amazing. It really comes home to you. I missed the first part. I could not join in. Is there any way I could see the first part of this?
Yes, this is right now going live on YouTube. So you can check out our YouTube channel later.
All right. Great. Great. You are glowing. And I can see the effect of what you've experienced over there. You were always glowing, but I can see the glow even more bright now.
Thank
God
you so
bless
much.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So now let's come. Then there are no other questions. Let's come back to energies. Now, till 2032, we are sitting in the space of ascension, which means whether you like it or not, you have to move into the 5D. 5D to 3D का ये जो 3D to 5D का जो ascension शुरू हुआ था, this started off in 2016, before 2016, but the major effect started coming in once the Earth's axis changed its angle. And NASA has proven it because Northern Lights का जो placement है वो change हो गया है. Earth की कुंडलिनी का angle change हो गया है. This has been proven scientifically. So it's not spiritual hogwash. It is scientifically proven. Now, when we come to this space of understanding, 3D was the space of duality. Duality matlab good, bad, right, wrong, sahi, galat, acha, bura, jhoot, sach. However, 5D is the space of transparency. 3D में जो जहां था वो वहां था, वो अपने डब्बे के अंदर यानी कि अपने मैट्रिक्स में ग्रो कर सकता था. But 5D takes you out of your matrix because it is the space of oneness, no boundaries. 3D was the energy of masculinity. So structures, aggression, scams. 5D femininity. So there'll be spiritual practices will start becoming high. You'll start growing with anything which has to do with art. Wherever you would like to connect with the mass audience and in a very authentic way, doorways will open up for you. 5D is going to be the space of oneness, jahan par separation work nahi karega. And that is one of the reasons why all the workshops that I do, usme giving is not limited to the topic. We discuss everything that comes across, because each one here needs to understand that हम कुछ भी कर लेना, हमें साथ में ही आगे बढ़ना है. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है that I push you back and say I will go first. There is no first and there is no last. We all have to go back to the same point. And I hope in my lifetime, I am able to become an instrument who can help others walk their path. Usse zyada to main nahi kar sakti, but I hope I can help others walk their path, and that is my mission in this lifetime. So 5D की सबसे बड़ी बात जो अब है, this is the peak of ascension timing. Ascension means your body is purging thousands of years of karma. You don't have a choice. Old diseases, old patterns, old thoughts, old emotions, old memories, old things are coming up. You are dreaming of episodes which have never happened to you, but आपको ऐसा लगता है उठने के बाद कि मेरे साथ हुआ है. There is no logic to what is happening within you. When you sleep, you're normal. When you wake up, you feel down. You feel very low at times. You wake up, throughout the night, you feel you haven't slept, and morning when you're totally energized. Anything is happening. So couple of things I want you all to understand. Till 2025, turmoil, turbulence, chaos, internal and external, will be at its peak. This will continue till 2032. Uske baad mein we'll start cementing. So couple of things, so rather what I would want to tell you all is, somewhere or the other, please stay in the space of self-working with mentors. Go to any guru you have, go to any mentor you have, but stay under their supervision till 2032. 25 tak to karna hi hai aapko. There's no choice. Also understand, according to the yuga system, jaise hum Satyug, Kalyug kehte hain, this is the dusk of Kalyug. Dusk of Kalyug means that the Kalyug is now coming to an end. So 500 years ka dusk hota hai. This is what I've understood from various researches. Now, I don't know how accurate this timeline is, but from what I've researched, 500 years ka dusk hota hai and 500 years ka dawn hota hai. So we are in the dusk of Kalyug. That means Kalyug has to end. Now, when Kalyug will end, anything that is not in alignment with the next Yug will have to be removed from the society on this planet. So we all have to evolve. We have no choice. 2025 tak ke baad, you will see a very strong demarcation, and the society of humanity will be into two parts. One part 5D aligned, one part 3D aligned. जो 3D alignment पे रहेगा उसको 2032 तक बाहर निकलना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो कुछ नहीं कर सकता वो. He will have to choose to move out of this earth, come back, born in 5D, and then deal with it. There's no other option. That is why so many unexplained deaths are also happening. Because souls are not ready to move through this process of evolution. So they're choosing to back out and be reborn again after a few years in the energy of 5D. Taki easy ho unke liye deal karna with their karmas. Now understand one thing, 2025 tak ye sabse ganda wala phase hai. So number one, when people are getting angry at you, when you are having arguments in the family, please understand that it is not just about you, it is also about what is within them. You are not always wrong. It could be a very big projection of what they are hiding and they are not willing to face. At that point of time, simply disconnect and move back. Use Ho'oponopono. और जो उसका इमोशनल ट्रिगर रहेगा, अपने रूम्स में, बाथरूम्स में जाकर EFT को यूज करोगे वहां पे. Now, EFT को करने के लिए one of the best spaces is your bathrooms, guys. Nobody will come and disturb you. And don't think I'm joking. I've used it many times. I was in a joint family in a very small house, जिसमें common bathroom था मेरा और मेरे in-laws का. मैंने वहां बैठ के भी EFT करी है, because कमरे में करती तो लोग, my husband, he would have understood because he has done this. He's learned all these modalities with me. But for others, my staff, my son, who was very small at that time, all of this was not going to make any sense. So toilets are a good place. Use them. And there is no harm in using your toilet as a space of cleansing. It's any which ways a space of cleansing for you. So don't avoid that. Then, अगर आपको ये लगता है financial losses हो रहे हैं, instead of trying to only deal with it symptomatically means remedies तो करोगे वो अब ठीक है. Start healing your money karma. Now your money losses are coming from karma, no? Money karma. किसी lifetime में किसी का पैसा रोका, किसी lifetime में किसी को cheat किया, that is coming back to you now. So while you are stopping the symptoms by remedies, start healing your money karma on the other hand. Number 3, stop thinking about things from a small term perspective. हम अगले 6 महीने की, साल की सोचते हैं. Start thinking big, guys, long term. 5D timelines are going to become very dynamic, which means timelines will shift as per your own frequencies for you. 3D had 2 strands of time. 5D only has 1. कभी अब I don't know how many of you felt it. Certain days ऐसा नहीं लगता time कितना लंबा है, खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा दिन. And certain days ऐसा लगता है अरे 3 बज गए, कहाँ बजे? What happened? Where did my day go? So timeline is going to become very dynamic now. And for those who've done Akashic records or who are in the Encash program, they have already gone through the timelines. Remember, we've discussed it quite a lot in details, dimensions and timelines. So आप लोगों को तो इस चीज की clarity होनी चाहिए how timelines work. Now, timelines being what they are, you can make best use of it. Instead of flowing with the time, let time flow with you. But uske liye again, control on your mind. So a lot of shadow work is one thing which is needed for everybody. Inner child work is needed because इस lifetime के हमारे wounds शुरू वहीं से होते हैं. And they are a reflection or what we are attracting to our past lifetimes. For example, एक घर में 4 बच्चे हैं, but only why is one attracting abuse? Because that person, that child, has the pattern of abuse coming from a past life, which is predominant in this. And he's attracting abuse from his environment. So a lot of what we face, what we attract, 99% is coming from that magnet of past life karmas, unhealed imprints. तो हमको वो एक एरिया देता है वर्क करने के लिए कि भाई ये मेरा मिरर है ना, तो इसके पीछे का मुझे क्लीन करना है, इम्प्रिंट क्लीन करना है. Remember one thing, heal one area, don't heal the other area. It's not going to work. You will have to work on your mind, emotion, psychology, chakras, everything at one time. Bio development अभी आप लोग integrate नहीं कर सकते हो because mind पे उतना control नहीं है. Mind पे control चाहिए. So instead of thinking about how to integrate bio development, what will you think? Integration of chakras, integration of the meridian system. जिस पे आप work कर सकते हो from your standpoint. Now one thing guys, chakra balancing will not work. Chakra cleansing will work. दोनों में फर्क क्या है? एक रबर बैंड बहुत लंबा खिंच गया है, हम उसको शेप कर रहे हैं. That is balancing. Cleansing is उस चक्रा में क्या फंसा हुआ है which is stopping my normal state of balance, हम उसको remove करके reprogram कर रहे हैं. Cleansing is important, balancing will not work for the long term right now. Fourth, you will all feel multiple levels के ऊपर states of disbalance happening every day. One day you'll be fine, one day you'll be low, one day you'll be fatigued, one day you'll be chidchida. Guys, it's all release. Let it happen. Don't take medicines for it. Don't go to doctors for it right now. Do get your vitals tested. every 3 to 4 months, 6 months अपने सारे CBCs करवा लेना, पोटेशियम, कैल्शियम, ये सब चेक जरूर करना है हमें. Supplements चाहिए होंगे बॉडी को. Your bodies, your chromosomes are in a state of evolution, you will need them. But when it comes to illnesses, diagnose and release, not eat medicine. Go towards homeopathy, go towards Ayurveda, avoid allopathy. Allopathy अभी आपके लिए suitable नहीं है, वो help नहीं करेगा. Bodies कहती है मुझे ये problem देना है, I want to release it out. Allopathy will suppress the problem again. We are back to square one. We don't want that in our lives. Now, I want all of you to understand that this is what the entire humanity is going right now. Full, not just you and me, everybody is going. मेरे साथ भी होगा और हो रहा है. The only difference is I have my tools to use. And you have your tools to use. Supplement deficiency, you have to take supplements. We know that doesn't come in the category of medication. See, supplements and medication में फर्क क्या होता है? Medication is basically so suppose antidepressants है या फिर sleeping pills है, ये आपके body का एक chemical disbalance दूर करने के लिए created होते हैं. For example, sleep disorders में melatonin कम होता है. If you see the ingredients of a sleeping pill, melatonin होता है उसके अंदर, heavy percentage of melatonin. So melatonin, जब हम एक sleeping pill खाते हैं, हमारी body में melatonin inject होता है and the body goes to sleep. However, I want you to understand one thing. You have chemical factory within your body known as the limbic brain. When Medicare and various other pharmaceuticals can create a certain number of chemicals for you, through medicines, your limbic brain can create any number of chemicals for you. It is designed to run your body. So, body talking. नींद नहीं आ रही है ना, tell your body, चलो थोड़ा melatonin release करो. And the easiest way to create melatonin is to create serotonin, the 4-5-6 breath, 5 times a day. आप लोगों के पास ये tool है, सबके पास. Ho'oponopono में किया था ना, Encash में किया था ना, all the healing workshops, the first thing we do is 4-5-6. Do 4-5-6 breath. 5 rounds of 4-5-6 breath, you will have enough serotonin to convert into melatonin at night. And body में melatonin directly produce नहीं होता है. दिन में जितना serotonin होगा शाम को, after dusk, after sunset, serotonin converts into melatonin. And at dawn, melatonin converts into serotonin. The body can create serotonin on its own, but not melatonin. So what do you need to do? Serotonin levels increase करो. And उसके लिए सिर्फ खुश रहना है. Internally. So even fake it till you make it, even if you feel upset, start smiling. Soon your body will get a command, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, and you will stay in that space of happiness. So supplements deficiencies is one thing which you will need to take care of through tablets. However, again, uske liye vegan versions, vegetarian versions, Ayurvedic versions are available. You don't have to stick to the normal off the rack, of the counter drugs. You can get proper, decent level quality drugs also, which will help you without any side effects. And for any kind of medicines, जहां पर जो आपके hormones या chemical को balance में लाता है, try body talking. Body talking is a way where you connect with your body and you tell your body what you want. And over a period of it will take 1 or 2 months, but धीरे से आप देखोगे वो balance में आ जाएगा. And you don't have to do anything. So body talking and healing is something all of you should bring into your parameters now. Discipline में लेकर आ जाओ अपने. Yes, Sangeeta ji, can I have your question, please? You can unmute yourself. Aap mute pe ho.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Whatever you're saying, I have heard like 9-10 years before, but it didn't make sense at all. And today you're repeating some of the same lines which my teacher used. It's just a flashback, but today it's like crystal clear. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sangeeta ji.
Shweta ji, my question is, there is a lot of fear for 2026. They say there's a disaster coming in, which is going to be more bad than the COVID. How do we prepare for that?
I want to tell you one thing, Sangeeta ji. The soul is infinite, Amar. The
Absolutely.
soul doesn't die. What will go away from you is this lifetime.
Okay.
So till 2026, live a life and live your life fully.
Wow. Okay.
So that when you, even if at the age of, in 2026, something comes and we have to leave this planet, let's leave it with a bang and say, I have no regrets of living my life. I'm happy to go back.
Super.
Why be scared of it? यार एक दिन तो जाना है, ये गेस्ट हाउस है, ये बॉडी भी गेस्ट हाउस है, इसको भी लेके नहीं जाना है. सब कुछ छोड़ना तो है ही ना, आज छोड़ेंगे या कल छोड़ेंगे. सो 2026 तक अपनी जिंदगी वैसे जिए जो कि हमें खुशी दे, हमारे घर वालों के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा स्कोप ऑफ क्रिएशन बने एंड इंस्पिरेशन बने, ताकि जब हम जाए ना, हम बिना रिग्रेट्स के जाएं और हम अपनी जिंदगी को सेलिब्रेट करते हुए जाएं. ये सोच के नहीं जाए यार काश मैंने वो कर लिया होता तो आई वुड हैव डन दिस. See, disasters are a part of life. Whatever has to come has to go. We can't fight against death. Let's celebrate life, no? हम ये सोच के जिए कि कल मर जाएंगे, परसों मर जाएंगे. COVID has taught us one thing. Anything can happen at any moment, no?
Absolutely.
Stop planning so long. Let's plan to improve ourselves. Let's plan to give so much love to our families and our people that, they are going to be so full that even if we walk out and we can't come back, they'll never live with this emptiness. They will live with their hearts full that we are whatever we could give them at that time. Let's do something so big in our lives at our own individual levels. You don't have to do it globally. You don't have to do it nationally, internationally, state-wise. Just in your families. That they celebrate you like the king. आपको पता है, in spite of whatever, if today I had to walk off and I was given a choice, I would be happy, more than happy to walk off, because I have lived my life. And my only concern would be how will my son take it, because I know my husband will be able to deal with it. More than my son, I think मेरे को मेरे husband की चिंता होगी कभी ना कभी, because he is very emotionally dependent on me. And मुझे ये नहीं regret है कि मैंने काश किया होता. अरे let's celebrate, guys. Life can end at any point of time. Why plan for it? जिस दिन होगी देखी जाएगी. आज से उस दिन तक के सफर को ऐसे जियो that this is the only lifetime, and let's enjoy it. Let's create. Guys, stop planning. Stop planning. Yeah, कहते हैं ना, man proposes, God disposes. Let's live. We were sent to evolve. We were sent to learn. We were sent to nurture this world. Let's do that now. Let's nurture ourselves. Let's nurture whoever comes to us. Let's be happy. And let us give so much love. इतना प्यार दे हम लोगों को. इतना प्यार दे, जो हम दे सकते हैं हम दे के जाए. क्योंकि जब हम नहीं रहेंगे ना, हमारे कर्म रहेंगे. मरना तो है ही, आज मरो 10 साल बाद मरो या 50 बाद मरो, मरना तो है ही यार, मरना तो है ही. So why be scared of death? In fact, I'm waiting for it. अब वो मेरे को पता है, because I'm waiting, वो जल्दी आएगी भी नहीं. Because I know my real journey will start after I die, when I give up this body. And I'll actually know what I've created in this lifetime only once I die. So I'm super excited. कब आएगा वो period? Don't prepare for anything. Work on yourself. It is your spiritual path that will protect you, that will give you the strength to carry whatever you need to go through. Because देखो, मैं आपको एक चीज बोलूं, जिसने जाना है उसने जाना है ना, संगीता जी. Whatever has to happen will happen. You and I can't change it. That is destined for this planet. Because this planet has to awaken as a whole. People who are not willing to be awakened will go. People who don't want to adapt to 5D will have to walk out. There's no choice. We can't change it. We can't change them. But what we can do is improve ourselves, is fulfill our karmas, so that when we die, whenever we die, 2026, 36, 46, 56, 76, 86. We'll die with open hearts and open minds. And you know what? The most beautiful part about death is, अगर एक नया incarnation आपको लेना है, तो you will start from the point or the vibration with which you walk out of this life. So let's vibrate high so that whenever we pass away, we pass away at a very high level of vibration and continue our journey. We know what's the experience of death. You know, people talk about death in many ways. For me, and somehow मेरे को ना कोई भी चीज से resonate नहीं करता है. When I read their stories, when I read things, when I've seen so many documentaries about people dying, it doesn't resonate with me at all. Because sometimes I feel death is not a school, death is your life ahead. This is a guest house. ये हम छुट्टी पे आए हैं.
Yeah.
We are learning, we are absorbing, we are evolving, because Earth is supposed to be the school for the toughest souls, where they learn how to master duality and reach to the point of singularity. तो जब मैं यहाँ से निकलूंगी और मैं दोबारा incarnate नहीं करूंगी, तो इसका मतलब I have mastered duality and now I can grow. Duality master करने के लिए you have to grow beyond the 7th dimension. So that means when I die and I don't incarnate, I've touched that 7th dimension. I don't have to take a physical body incarnation. I can become some other being and in some other planet, in some other dimension and continue my journey. So मैंने आज तक जो भी डेथ के बारे में रीड किया, somehow मेरे को personally resonate नहीं करता, but I have never come across anything which teaches me what an experience of death can be. So अभी मैं उस पे आंसर नहीं दूंगी. When I get that experience or that learning, then I will share my answer with you. And I hope that's okay with you, Vinu. So anything else that you want to know now? So 5D का energies का ये segment है. Now 5D energies को deal करने के लिए, guys, release and release. मतलब क्या है? Be in awareness. What is not useful for you, you have to let it go. पैटर्न्स टूटने के लिए ऊपर उठेंगे, बीमारियां क्लियर होने के लिए उठेंगी, रिलीज करते जाओ. आपका इतना ही काम है. इंटीग्रेट करते जाओ. सेल्फ वर्क इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड वन थिंग आई वांट टू टेल एवरीबॉडी, वन ऑफ द रीजंस व्हाई माय बॉटलनेक वाज क्रिएटेड वाज बिकॉज मेरे को जितना समझ में आता था, अपनी समझ से मैंने सब कुछ यूज किया. सेकेंड रीजन वो बॉटलनेक क्यों क्रिएट हो गया था, क्योंकि अब डीपर हीलिंग के लिए एक नया लर्निंग चाहिए था, जो कि मुझे मिल रहा है. So mentoring in these periods will be important. Go to any mentor across the globe. Don't come to me. I'm not saying come to me. Go to any mentor across the globe for this. But these 3-4 years, continuously stay under mentoring. And one thing, guys, remedies like Spice Satchel, like Vedic switch words, I'm talking about what I teach, cord magic, will help. लेकिन ये क्या है? बैंडेड है, चोट को छुपाने के लिए, चोट को ऊपर से ठीक करने के लिए. Internal healing is needed, deep cleansing internally if you want to move into 5D without trauma and pain easily. So please, deeper internal cleansing, self-work, go for that, invest on that. मैं फिर से बोल रही हूँ, जिसके पास दुनिया में जाना है चले जाना, but invest on that. If you will, yes, Sangeeta ji.
Ma'am, is it okay if at a particular point of time, I have 2-3 mentors in my life? Like one is a spiritual teacher, one is a, like say some satsang bhav, satsang puja part, and something like what you talk, logic, okay? So is that all okay?
It's okay.
Okay.
It is
Thank you.
perfectly fine. In fact, from what Sangeeta ji said, I would just like to add a little something to it. Having multiple mentors is not bad. As long as you have the awareness of pulling what you need from each of them and combining it to make the perfect combination for you. ये आपकी गेम है. किसी के लिए कुछ बोल रही हूँ. So it's in a session where there are 100 people or 150 people, it's going to be more generic unless and until I'm talking to a personal person. So आपको क्या करना है, उसमें से जितना आपके लिए निकालना है, आपने चूज करना है, this is right for me and applicable for me now. bring it out. From the second mentor, what is applicable, bring it out. Then combine it into a perfect combination and use it. So you have to have an awareness of that if you are working with multiple mentors. Because कई बार जब हम multiple mentors के साथ work करते हैं ना, point of contradiction कहीं ना कहीं raise हो जाता है. उससे अगर बचना है, so you need to learn how to pick and choose the right thing for you at the right time. And that comes with practice. उसके लिए कोई formula नहीं है. It will come to you with slow and steady practice. एक दो बार गड़बड़ाओगे फिर ठीक हो जाएगा.
Thank you.
Very true, Sweta.
You're welcome.
बहुत अच्छा बोला.
आज का सेशन बेसिकली ना हमने यही सब चीजें डिस्कस करनी है. वी आर डिस्कसिंग योर क्वेश्चंस एंड आई हैड वन और टू क्वेरीज फ्रॉम सम एलुमनाइज कि हमें ना ये भी बता दो कि जो प्रोग्राम्स अब आ रहे हैं हाउ विल दे हेल्प अस. सो आई विल टेक 5 minutes, but first I want to do all your questions. And then I'll quickly take you all 5-10 minutes through why the programs are created and what is their perspective. Because for many of these programs, there will be no orientations at all. Okay, so if you have any questions now, I can take your questions now. Or if you want me to go through the programs first and then take your questions, I can do that. Put it on the chat, everybody. What is it that you want? Questions first, or you want me to quickly run through all the upcoming programs first in 5 minutes? What is it that you want? Put it on chat. Fatafat. Okay, so 4 votes have come in abhi tak, 36 mein se all programs first. Okay, so let's quickly. I'm not talking about the Akashic Records course. Vikram ji, Akashic Records is scheduled next year. अभी का तो मेरा batch खत्म ही नहीं हुआ है. So इसलिए हम उसकी बात नहीं कर रहे हैं. Okay, so let's talk about the upcoming programs. So एक मिनट में अपने chat पे वो list खोल लेती हूँ जो मैंने आप सबको भेजी थी. So that I also have a point of reference in front of me. Give me 1 second, please. Yes. So right now we are standing at the edge of the end of August. Next week, we are starting with the on the 1st of September, forgiveness. Embracing forgiveness. Now, embracing forgiveness is basically a meditation. Now, as you all know, September end May, we'll be starting with Pitru Paksha or Shraddh, a period where of 15 days where we do pujas and where we do sankalp for our ancestors. Ye Pitru Paksh, for those who don't know, is a period where we have havans, we have tirpans, ताकि हमारे ancestors जो हैं वो peacefully अपनी जिंदगी जिएं और अपनी journeys में आगे बढ़ें. Forgiveness हम इसलिए नहीं करते हैं क्योंकि सामने वाले को चाहिए. Forgiveness हम इसलिए करते हैं क्योंकि हमें अपने past को छोड़ना है. Now, when we'll be working on this level, where we are going to be doing 21 days of healing. So number one, it's a meditation program. It's not going to be a class. 15 to 20 minutes ka meditation hoga. I'm only giving this as a ballpark timeline. It could be half an hour also. आप लोगों को ये बात पता है when we go into meditation that it is channeled. So I do not have a script for it. However, 21 days we will be dealing with different aspects of our life. For example, we'll be dealing with our successes, our failures, our ancestors, healing with siblings, healing with people who are already deceased, healing with various areas, money, karmas, and everything of our life. This program will happen at 8 a.m. India time, and recordings will be available for this. This is a program which is complimentary for all the students of Encash, whether batch 2 or batch 3, who have chosen to go for the entire program. So those who are still registering for batch 3, if you make your decisions in the next 2-3 days, you can avail this free workshop. Okay? Because December mein batch 3 will start. We'll come to that in a bit. Now, the reason behind this 115 days of total transformation program was created was basically because क्या हो रहा है? You all are there with me for 5 days, then you take a gap. Now for 5 days, you are in the program, you will follow everything. Then 10 days, you'll follow everything. 11th day, everything will go for a toss. एक break आएगा बीच में. Party break, holiday break, guest break, and your discipline will be lost. And then you will not be able to go back to your work and your previous discipline. Discipline का मतलब क्या होता है? जो भी practice हम रोज करते हैं. It doesn't mean सुबह 5 बजे उठना, but it means if we are spending 1 hour on self-healing, we are spending that as a routine. That is what we mean by discipline. Now, what I realized was, and this realization came up with Declutter. Declutter Your Mind was a program that was made for mental emotional decluttering. And the agenda was कि एक class करेंगे, हम एक tool सीखेंगे. Next 15 days हम वो tool use करेंगे. Then we will add one more tool, and for the next 15 days, we will use those 2 tools. However, what I realized at the end of 4 months, and it was a 6-month program, was forget about 6 tools. They were not even using one tool. So what it meant was that somebody was needed to sit with you throughout a period of maybe 4 months, 5 months, 6 months to make you go through this program. कि रोज उस space में कोई forcibly आपको खींच के रखे. So that your body gets so attuned and your mind gets so attuned to being in that space that it becomes an unbreakable part of your discipline. Therefore, this 115 days of transformation ka program was created, out of which the first part is the forgiveness part, which will start on 1st of November. For this, the registration links have been shared and they're already open and people have started registering. ठीक है, Encash students के लिए मैं फिर repeat कर रही हूँ, please don't register because this will be free for you. Now on the 5th of September, our afternoon batch, 4th of September, afternoon batch, we'll be starting off with Mokshpat. Mokshpat is an ancient Vedic snakes and ladder, and as many of you have attended the previous orientations, I don't need to explain too much. It is not only a way of finding answers and guidance from the divine, it is also a way of living your life in alignment with universe. So जिस इंसान को ये लगता है ना कि मैं deep self work में ready नहीं हूँ, but I want to understand the parameters of life, karma, Mokshpat is a very good bet for you. Because even if you don't use it professionally, personally, Mokshpat will help you to understand where you are stuck, why you are stuck, and in a generic perspective, what can you do to move out of it. Mokshpat के 3 batches start हो रहे हैं September में. 4th September afternoon batch online, and then after the 20th the offline batch in Faridabad and the online evening batch. So those who would like to register, again, registrations for all 3 batches are open. And alumni of Delhi NCR, they can come for the offline sessions. They can find out the payment terms because आपके लिए full fee नहीं होगा. There is only a review fee. You can pay that and you can come for the offline sessions also. Especially I'm specifying for NCR people because Delhi NCR में ये पहला batch है offline का. And it's a weekend batch. So Saturday, Sundays workout करने पड़ेंगे आपको. You can get the schedule from me later. After this, we come to another big program for us, which is the Ho'oponopono practitioner program. Now, most of you have done Ho'oponopono 5-day self-healers level with me. So what is the difference between self-healing and practicing? Self-healing level is for yourself. It helps you to understand and heal your own personal selves. Practitioner level takes you deeper within the journey. So I haven't shared this with in any of the groups or with any of my students, but कल मुझे किसी का request आया था, so I said, okay, I'll share it in today's session, and I'm showing you the actual course curriculum. अभी तो मैंने outline share किया है सिर्फ. If you see, so the practitioner level is all about. एक minute, sorry, ये file नहीं है. One minute, guys. Okay, I'll explain it to you from another perspective. So when we talk about forgiveness, we talk about understanding forgiveness. So understanding forgiveness is not just कि forgiveness से होता क्या है, but what is forgiveness and what is not forgiveness. For example, what is not forgiveness is willing to delete what is wrong. Forgiveness का मतलब ये नहीं है कि दूसरे को हमने सब भुला दिया, हमने गलत को भी सही कर दिया. Forgiveness is simply ridding ourselves of the burden of our trauma. So what is the true meaning of forgiveness and what is not forgiveness? What does not come under the definition of forgiveness? Then agar hum unforgive karte hai, rather we are living in a state of unforgiveness, what is it that will be created in our life? And what is it that happens from the power of forgiveness? Because remember one thing, your brain works on logic. ब्रेन को बोलोगे ना लेट्स फॉरगिव, वो कहेगा क्यों, उसने मुझे थप्पड़ मारा, मैं क्यों फॉरगिव करूं? फिर आप उसको बोलोगे पास्ट लाइफ कर्मा है, वो बोलेगा होगा, मेरे को थोड़ी याद है. So you have to bring your brain into alignment. So one part of this program will work on that. Then we will work on a 10-step process to creating forgiveness internally. Not please forgive me, I'm sorry, I love you, thank you, but a proper 10-step process which is for your mind. Because mind पे work करना यहाँ बहुत जरूरी है. Before your emotions, the mind has to come into a state of alignment. Now, Ho'oponopono is a Hawaiian technique. So understanding the principles of Huna becomes very important. जैसे हमारे पास भगवत गीता है, वैसे हवाई में Huna है. And Huna in a very simple manner tells you what to create and what to give up. We'll go deeper into the journey of understanding emotional baggage. How do negative emotions play a part in our lives? Usko dispose of kaise karna hai? And then we come to a very big aspect, because without this aspect, nobody can become a practitioner or a healer, professional healer. Understanding the importance of self-forgiveness. In our life, we've all been blaming ourselves at some level or the other. I am not a good enough mother, I am not a good enough wife, I am not a good enough this, I am not good, I wish I could, I wish I not. है ना? So ये जो अपना अंदर का inner critic है, इसको tame करना बहुत जरूरी है. So how do you deal with your internal critic? How do you deal with self-forgiveness? How do you deal with your own victimization? And how to stop using victimization as a painkiller for other problems in our life. From there, we'll move on to becoming conscious in our unconscious and not our subconscious. So, uske andar kya aayega? How to understand your thought patterns, negative self-talk scripts kya hoti hain, usko identify kaise karna hai, rokna kaise hai. Dealing with false guilt, learning lessons from episodes, dealing with your thoughts, dealing with your own guilt and shame. Moving ahead, how to be kind to yourself, how to evaluate your own self without judgment, how to learn through opportunities. Then we'll be doing esteem exercises, forgiveness rituals for self also, for people also. From here, we'll move towards the 7 universal laws of attraction, not laws of living or the universal laws of the principles of universe, or not the hermetic principles, but the laws of manifestation. Because forgiveness kar rahe ho, life में gratitude आएगा, gratitude आएगा तो उसे manifest कैसे करना है. So the 7 principles of attraction. From here, we'll move towards the principles of Ho'oponopono, because there are 5 immutable principles of Ho'oponopono also. We'll be doing Ho'oponopono with your loved ones, like parents ho gaye, siblings hai, spouse, children and friends. Diseases of the mind and body, chronic illness, serious illnesses, but which are not life-taking, sexual assault, child abuse. Then people around us. People around us means your co-workers, your society, but people who are not very close to you, but people who are there in your life and influence you. And then people who have already moved out, deceased people. Then we'll be doing around 16 tools of Ho'oponopono, which you will use first on yourself and then on your clients. From there, we'll be working to the 3-step formula to how to make a prayer work. Prayer का मतलब कोई भी हो सकती है, Ho'oponopono भी हो सकती है, कुछ और हो सकता है. Now, one thing, this is not a typical Ho'oponopono workshop. Though it is known as a Ho'oponopono practitioner workshop, it is going to inculcate a lot of activities and a lot of theories which are not typical to the practice of Ho'oponopono. Encash students will not register for it. It is already a part of your curriculum. मैं advance में इसलिए बोल रही हूँ because most of the Encash students are sitting right now with me. And अभी next question chat में आएगा, हम register कर सकते हैं, तो आप register नहीं कर सकते. आपके program में है, so please avoid it. Now, this program will happen only once a year, Yes, Shruti, you can do this program. This is a totally new program. This is the first time I'll be leading this program from a different perspective. So you can. So see, I'm telling you now, Vandana started giving me smileys there because next question Vandana ka khetki ka ye to ma'am hum register kar lein. So pehle main bol rahi hu mat karna register.
Ma'am,
And not register. Yes, Sangeeta ji. You
ma'am,
can.
can I register?
Yes, you can. Anybody who's done the 5 days Ho'oponopono level from any batch, they can register for this.
Okay. What's this batch called, ma'am?
The Ho'oponopono practitioner batch. इसके details आप लोगों को Ho'oponopono alumni group में मैं पहले share कर चुकी हूँ. I will reshare it today. Also, it has been shared only with the catalog entry because I have shared the details in the catalog also. So you can check the WhatsApp catalog.
Ma'am, आपको dates याद है? Sorry.
Ho'oponopono practitioner is starting from 5th of September.
Okay.
Again, online iska certification and recordings hoga. Shadow work, Shruti, is not going to happen separately. Shadow work is only a part of the Encash program now. Reason being because shadow work में 5 दिन में कुछ नहीं हो सकता है.
Jyoti?
So if you want to do Encash, if you want to do shadow work, you will have to do one level of Encash or otherwise wait for the levels to come in. So we have broken the Encash into 5 parts for those people who don't want to do all of them. So they can start from level 1 and upgrade till till whichever level they want to. तो उसको वो आने दो, वहां से शुरू कर लेना आप. ठीक है, next program जो आएगा, हाँ जी.
What is Encash program?
Encash is the 1-year life coach training program, Sharon ji.
Okay, which has so many other programs inside. All right,
basically-
we've already missed the boat for that, I guess.
No, the next batch is starting in December, post Diwali. So you can still register for it.
Okay.
So what happened for Encash was we were not planning to start another batch this year. However, 3 people registered first with a token advance and said, "Hame karna hai." Now you add us to this or you put us in a separate batch. It's your choice. So because this batch 2 has already moved to a certain level and it's not possible to cover up. So after Diwali, we'll start with one more batch 3. So anybody who wants to join Encash now can join that batch. And you can just send me a WhatsApp. I'll share the details of all the details that you need on your WhatsApp chat.
Ma'am, is this a continuous thing?
Twice a week, Sangeeta ji.
Because Ganpati is coming between 5th itself, I will not be able to attend. So will I lose track later on if I join?
What, when are you not going to be available? Can you please tell me?
The first, I'm in Ladakh, so there's no network there.
First class तो चलेगा और see this is going to be like a continuous program तो बीच में अगर आप कुछ skip भी करोगे so वो cover up हो जाएगा. You can watch the recording in next class में you can question.
Okay, but you will not have it during Ganpati days, no? Those first 2-3 days.
I have no idea. Ganpati हमने Ganesh Chaturthi we don't have a class that I'm sure of. But other than that, I don't know. आप मेरे को dates बताओ ना, मैं check कर देती हूँ.
19, 20, 21st.
19th को class है, 20, 21st को class नहीं है.
19th class है.
19th को होगा. But what can be done is if there are many people in the batch who are doing Ganpati, then that class can be shifted to another date. But that will depend on the batch as a whole. As you know, we go for a majority system. So majority agrees with it, it will happen. But that will be internally decided in the batch. Rajeshwari ji, what if you have not done the 5 days, but join the practitioner? Okay, let me think about it. Let me think about it if it is workable. Or maybe if it is
you
not.
can accommodate, if we have,
Haan.
if we know the technique and then if we can manage it.
So that's what
और
I'm
एक
thinking.
या एक दिन का आप refresher करके अगर accommodate
मैं
कर
वही
पाते हो
सोच
तो
रही हूँ कि अगर मैं आप लोगों को how many people want to do the Ho'oponopono practitioner but have not done the 5-day program? Is there anybody else except Rajeshwari ji? Okay, do jane Veenu and Rajeshwari ji. See, what I can do for both of you, Veenu, Rajeshwari ji, is I can give you one of the other previous batch recordings. You go through it. Like a
That
full
should be
program.
magical, ma'am. Yeah.
And you can come up with your questions and it'll be the same way, but you'll do the recorded thing and you'll directly post all your questions to me one-on-one, not on any group. And once you're done with the program, I'll certify you and I'll put you both in the alumni. ये अगर आप practitioner चालू होने से पहले आधा भी कर ले, मतलब कर लोगे 5 days का ये तो कर लोगे, so then you can go ahead with the practitioner level. That I can accommodate because आप लोग का दोनों का मुझे वो पता है, space of working पता है ना, so you both can manage it.
Thank you, ma'am.
तो मेरे को please इस class के बाद message कर देना and I'll give you the details how to do it.
Sure, ma'am.
Move about it. ठीक है. So अगर और कोई होता जिसका मुझे नहीं पता होता वो difficult हो जाता. But this is workable, so I can manage this very well. ठीक है. ये भी हो गया. Next आता है इसके बाद में हमारा. Sorry, I lost that message. 1 minute. So we did this offline. Ho'oponopono practitioner मैंने आप लोगों को बता दिया है. Then we come to the MMC. MMC is Magical Money Cures, and Magical Money Cures is basically all about money remedies. And this is what Anita ji was talking about. And many of you have done it. There'll be 2 batches of Magical Money Cures, which will be the last batch of this year. One will be starting on the 19th of September, which will be an evening batch, and 26th September, which will be a morning batch. Iski 2 classes ही है ज़्यादा I think 2 classes. I'm not very sure. I'll share the details and you can go through it later. So those who want to know, you can keep on messaging me for all these things. Because सच्ची बात तो ये है कि मैं class के बाद में ना one-on-one नाम भूल जाऊंगी किसको क्या चाहिए था. So I'm sharing the work number with you. इस number पे आप मुझे message कर सकते हो for any particular batch registration links or details that you're looking for. ठीक है. Next आते हैं हम after this Navratri. Navratri will be doing a 9-day meditation where every day we'll be channeling the energies of one Durga Puja. We know we'll be able to adjust the dates accordingly once the batch is finalized for Ho'oponopono practitioner. Reason क्या है? Like कई batches के अंदर ना South or West के लोग नहीं होते हैं. There are only northern people or people from the east of India. There we don't need these adjustments. So once the batch is finalized, as a batch, this decision can be taken. We are, as you, in for such level of programs, no practitioner level programs and all, where the audience is limited and apna close group बहुत limited होता है, उसमें adjustments are very easy to be made. So everybody is in alignment, it happens. Majority wins का program होता है यहाँ तो. So whatever all of you will discuss and choose, I don't think it should be a problem. This we can decide either in the class, first class, or on the group itself. We'll run a poll and decide. Now, coming towards the Navratri thing once again. 9 days of Navratri, we'll be doing channeling 9 Swarups of Durga, channeling their energies, their lessons, their learnings for ourselves. Plus, we'll be channeling one person, one energy from the Ramayana or the Ramcharitmanas. The reason is not about someone being good or bad or victory of good over evil. Each person has something to give us, a lesson to be learned. For example, Kumkaran chose Nidra as a gift, not only because it was a slip of a tongue, which was due to a small tweak of energy, but also somewhere or the other because he did not agree with what Ravan was doing. So whenever we channel energies, something comes up. And very, very interestingly, this idea to channel one energy from the Ramcharitmanas came to me when I was channeling and understanding why Ravan took this path in spite of being such a, learned Brahman. And he was the one who suggested, do it, and you might be surprised with the results that you create. So with the 9 Roops of Durga, we'll be channeling 9 important energies from the Ramayana to learn why did they do what they did and why. And what can we learn from them to live our lives in a state of balance. What can we learn from their mistakes? What can we learn from their lessons? Because each one of them has something to give. For those who don't know, Ravan and Kumbhakaran were not Rakshas. They were Jay and Vijay, who were the guards of Vaikunt. And at one point of time, they angered the Sanat Kumars. And Sanat Kumars gave them a shrap that they will live their life away from Vaikunt and never be able to serve Vishnu. So when Vishnu comes out, he makes the Sanat Kumars realize their mistake, but the Sanat Kumars could not take back their words. So Vishnu gave them two choices: 7 lifetimes as Vishnu Bhakt, and they would not meet Vishnu before they could come back to Vaikunt, or 3 lifetimes as enemies of Vishnu, whom Vishnu himself would kill. So they chose 3 lifetimes because at least before they died, they would be able to see their Isht. And thereon started the journey of Ravan and Kumbhakaran, Jarasandh, and what's his name? Kans, and Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksh. This is the story behind these incarnations. So every person has something to teach us, and we'll be tapping onto that. Once again, this is a part of the 115 days total transformation for those people who will want to join in. And as a whole, or for those people who just want to do this part, they can register for it. For this also, registrations are open. In fact, registrations will be open for all the workshops till December today, because बहुत सारी workshops जो है वो one-off होंगी, वो ज़्यादा होंगी नहीं. I will not be repeating many of these workshops in the next 6-7 months. After this, we will come down to the Diwali Upay. Now, Diwali Upay was a program which was launched last year. There will be Upays for all the 5 days of Diwali, starting from Dhanteras, going up to the Bhai Dooj. And those who have registered for it next year, please connect with me before registering again, because as of now, iska naya level add nahi hua hai. They are the same remedies. However, I am thinking about creating a new part, maybe a one-day thing to add on to some remedies, but I'm not sure. Abhi mere paas time nahi hai, to maine kuch kiya nahi hai. So please connect with me before re-registering for the same program. This is only for Diwali Upay alumni from last year. In November, 17th November, after Diwali, we will be starting with our own version of Theta Healing Basic and Advanced. This is, as of now, a 10-class program, which will be over a period of 3 hours in each class. However, I'm just thinking about increasing the number of classes and reducing the time. So instead of 3 hours, 10 classes, it will probably become 2 hours and XYZ classes. I'm still working that out, not very sure. I'll get back to you on this soon. Now, this class also happens once in a year, or before normally we start with Encash, क्योंकि ये एक बहुत important tool है for Encash. So those who want to register can register, because I don't think I'll be able to repeat this workshop in the next 4-5 months. Theta Healing ke liye, whoever wants a feedback can connect with Sandhya ji, Ketki, Nisha, Vandana, or anybody from Encash batch 2. They have finished with it and are using it very extensively in their healings. Then 20th of November, we'll be starting with Radiant Soul. That's the third part of the 115 days total transformation. This is going to be on increasing and working on our awareness and consciousness. This is going to be decluttering our consciousness, at the same time bringing our awareness to a very high and stable level of working. So iski sabse badi jo cheez hai, wo aapko jo milegi, wo milegi. So if I divide this into 3 weeks, 21 days, 3 weeks, the first week we'll be dealing with self-awareness, forgiveness, surrender, self-acknowledgement, desire. How do you accept and understand your desire? The next week we'll be dealing with liberation, responsibility, acceptance, and power of the present moment. And in the last week, we'll be dealing with awakening, realization, devotion, manifestation, and embodying our purpose and compassion. So this will be the structure for the 21-day consciousness cleanse. Again, the 21-day consciousness cleanse or the Radiant Soul is free for all the Encash students. So batch 2 and 3 students will automatically be added to these workshops for Encash. Do not register for it. मैं फिर से repeat कर रही हूँ. इसके बाद में once a year होने वाला program है, which is healing through Siddha Vedic Mantra. Siddha Vedic Mantra is a program which is mainly for practitioners or people dealing with illnesses. इसमें कोई सिद्धियां नहीं करनी है. You have a mantra which you can chant on a basis which we'll teach you how to. Every mantra has a different perspective of dealing with it. And you have to give it to your clients to chant. You can do proxy for them or you can heal yourself with it. So this is more like an illness-based thing, physical illnesses based. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them. So this happens only once a year. This year it will be in December before we close 2023. And sorry, 2023 kahan December nahi, ye November mein 20th ko hai. December 2023 we start with the last batch of Encash Your Wisdom for this year, which is going to be the 1-year life coach and energy therapist training program. This will start on 1st of December and will be again an afternoon batch. इसका जो timing होगा वो आपका 3 to 5 होगा and days will be Tuesdays and Fridays, twice a week. After this, the evening batch of Siddha Vedic Mantra will start on 4th of December. So we are not having morning evening batches on the same days. We've created a 1 week or a 10-day gap so that in case people are traveling, they'll have the option of moving out and joining the second batch. And then from the 18th of December, we'll be starting with the Abundance Alchemy workshop. This workshop is actually a workshop which was created. So it's not a workshop. It is a set of attunements and symbols that was created by a European Reiki Grandmaster. And this talks about abundance as a whole. Spiritual abundance, this abundance, my financial, relationship, esoteric, everything, transcendental abundance. So, iske andar, the fourth part of total transformation will be attuning each one of you, whoever joins the program, over a period of 64 days to each of these symbols. Lekin, for those of you who want to learn and become a practitioner, the workshop will be on 18th of December. And this batch is going to be an evening batch. Morning batch will be in January or February because my paas dates nahi hai. So this is roughly what we'll be doing throughout the next 3-4 months. Now, any questions, please give me your questions, whatever you want to ask about anything, your personal problems about the workshops. Now I'm open to questions. Registration links to already aap logon ke groups mein sab jagah shared hai. I will reshare them and you all are most welcome to connect with me for the details. Now, if you have any questions, please tell me now. You can raise your hand or you can unmute and ask me. And then I'll close today's session. Okay, so we'll close the session here. And thank you all for being a part of today's session. Vedic Switchwords workshop was supposed to happen in October. That is on. Yes, Shweta, I think I forgot to add this. Isko please add kar lo. Vedic Switchwords hai. And thank you for reminding me, Shweta. 1 minute. Vedic Switchwords. One batch will be on 2nd of October, which I very conveniently forgot. And the next batch, that will be the morning batch. And evening batch will start from the 10th of October. Thank you. Yes, Sohani. Okay.
Hello, doing? Long time, ma'am. How are you?
Yes, I'm good. How are you?
Looking forward to join one of your course. I'll just get in touch with the alumni.
Thank you. So, guys, see you all soon. Take care.
Shweta,
Yes,
I have a
Abhinav?
question. Yeah,
bolo.
so you have given two courses. One is Abundance and one is Abundance Alchemy. Abundance Unleashed and Alchemy. What is the difference between two?
The difference is जो 64 days वाला है, उसमें I will be attuning and initiating each one of you to the symbols.
Okay.
And जो 5 days वाला है, that I will teach you as a workshop so that you can initiate and attune people. So एक practitioner level है और एक self healing हो गया.
So self healing is 5 days and practitioner is 64
उल्टा
days.
self healing is
उल्टा है.
64 days.
Okay, okay, great.
and practitioner is 5 days, because self healing में देखो आप लोगों के energy systems पे वो cement होना जरूरी है ना. तो 64 symbols अगर एक दिन में या 5 days में दे दूंगी तो body के लिए too much हो जाएगा. So एक symbol हम
Okay.
रोज करेंगे.
Okay, seen. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else, guys? Chalo, then I shall see you all soon, wherever and whenever. Take care, everybody. And one thing, yes, for all my practitioner level people, जिन लोगों को, those who are waiting for train the trainer, हमने उस दिन आप लोगों के साथ जब discuss किया था, so the parameters of TTT is very huge. So all of you will have to give me some time, because before I can launch your TTT, I have to have many things set in place for you to work with, which includes any kind of guest lecturers or experts that we need to support us. Along with that, I think I was not here, so वो इस महीने नहीं हो पाया. September में 2 more things need to be taken care of. One is the wall of experts, which has been on hold since I was traveling, and the second is going to be connecting our practitioners and aspiring professionals or current professionals with the automation experts, digital and social media experts who can work for you. So this is something that we'll start. We've already worked on. We've kind of finalized, shortlisted 2 people, and we'll come up with them to give you all the presentations. They will present it. They will do the needful, but under our branding, so that there is a hook and a, like somebody to keep a tap on them कि वो गलत नहीं जा रहे. So mostly in September, we are looking forward to all these things. So 2024 का agenda है to make you all walk the path of financial abundance. खुशी करके करो या डंडे खा के करो, काम तो करना है आपको. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your
Bye.
time and guidance.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank
Take
you.
care.